a getaway. It's also a great time of year to take care of a little housekeeping, financial housekeeping. Gilmore Jason Mahler, CPA. Charlie Hyde with a to-do list for us this morning. First things first, you want to check your credit score.
Right.
Now, this is something I think some people are leery about because they say, oh, do I have to pay for it? And is it going to look bad? Is it going to damage my credit?
And a lot of people think that, and absolutely, we're all entitled to check our credit score. It will not impact your credit score. You want to go out to annualcreditreport.com.
Okay.
And from there, you can request a credit report. And it's always good to check it annually. Just, you know, when we think about all the data breaches that have occurred, you just need to kind of look at it. And if you haven't done it yet, get it. Now you have a baseline going forward.
Now, and you mentioned the website again. That's to make sure that you get a free credit report, right?
Correct.
Because there are some folks out there who are, I'll check your credit or whatever they charge you, right?
Right. Credit Karma, yes.
All those places.
There's other ways to go about it. But under federal law, you can go out to the annualcreditreport.com and request it from any of the credit bureaus.
Okay, wonderful. All right, next thing, you might have some money out there that you don't even know about.
I can speak for myself. I actually did. So we've talked about this before, unclaimed funds. What is unclaimed funds? Unclaimed funds is just when you think about maybe it was a rent, security deposit, you moved, your landlord didn't have your forwarding address. It could be a utility bill that you overpaid or a credit card that you overpaid. And what happens is when those funds don't get to the rightful owner, the company that issued that check is required to submit that for safekeeping to the state of Ohio, state of Michigan, state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they all have them. Yeah.
They all have them. All you need to do is go out to the Ohio website and put your name in, and it will search, and you might say, oh, geez, that's the address I lived at 15 years ago. And there it is. Where you see a lot of it is people maybe, you know, like your parents might have an insurance payment or something that they didn't know about.
Yeah, you might want to check on your parents too.
Right. It's always it's always good to do, and I do know when we did the segment just on that, I actually had a client who told me that his mother had watched it and actually
she had some money.
She found some money.
Awesome. Well, we love to help people find money, right?
Yes,
especially when it's theirs.
You got it. You got it.
All right. The next thing, this is something that we talked about at the end of last year, beginning of this year, but if you haven't done it yet, you definitely want to check on your withholdings, right?
Correct. If you think about it, back in April, there were a lot of people that were surprised, both ways. Refund wasn't as big as they expected, or they owed. And this, you know, the primary cause was the change to the withholding tables due to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Now, you're halfway through the summer. If you didn't like the results of where you were at a year ago when you filed your 18 taxes, you still have time to adjust your withholding with your employer. Just get a new form W-4 and fill it out. A lot of people may say, well, geez, I look at that form and
I don't know what that means.
What does it mean? The best way to go about it is have your 18 taxes, go out to the IRS website, and there's a W-4 calculator, and
they'll
go
tell
ahead
you what you need
and tell you what you need to do.
Okay.
And then I think that the last item I wanted to really bring up was 401k, retirement savings. There's two things that people should do annually. Number one is check your withholding. If you can put more in and get to the max, you should do it. Bigger item is when you started that first job, and you might still be there, you filled out the paperwork and you put down a beneficiary, and you're like, well, I'm not married, you know, what do I? Well, guess what? Life changes. You have kids, you have a wife. You need to make sure your beneficiary for your retirement plan matches your current
Just
life.
in case. So, or maybe you've had a life change, maybe you've gone through a divorce or something recently, you might need to change that beneficiary as well.
And then last item, this is an added I wanted to remind everybody that the Ohio sales tax holiday is coming up.
Yeah.
August 2nd through the 4th. So if you're going out to get those school supplies to send the kids back, that's the time to do it.
Good time to do it. Save yourself some money.
Correct.
We like doing that. All right, Charlie, thank you so much.
welcome.
Appreciate it.